and I'll tell you guys since we're all friends. Every character I write has a piece of me in them. Hi, I'm Lee Bardugo. You're listening to the GrishaCast.
Welcome to GrishaCast, episode 75. In this episode, we will be discussing episode 6 from Netflix Shadow & Bone, The Heart is an Arrow. This is your host, Eric.
And I'm Terry. From Nashville, Tennessee, this is your podcast for all things Grishaverse.
A world created by the dark and pleasantly twisted Lee Bardugo. Moi saviani casters.
Hello.
Woohoo! Let's talk about some listenosities.
Let's do it. First we have Kolar, India.
Yay! And next we're going to Brussels, Belgium.
Oh.
That's awesome. So, we would
Yes.
personally love to thank you so much to Kelly Bravo out there.
Thank you.
Thank
so
you.
much.
She is our patron
Of the week.
Yes, thank you. Couldn't spit that out there.
Thank you so much for supporting us.
Exactly. Get ready for some fun little extra
Oh my
content,
goodness,
girl.
yes.
Believe
we got
me,
things coming.
we got a lot. So, for those of you that want to support our podcast a little more and reap the rewards, we now have Patreon.
Yay.
Each tier will receive a video from us and exclusive access to a new segment, GrishaCast After, where we talk a little about the Grishaverse and a lot about being best friends.
There are also tiers that grant you a co-producer and even a co-host status. Check us out at patreon.com/GrishaCast or follow the link at GrishaCast.com.
Woohoo! And this very special episode, we have a special guest.
Ooh.
We would love to welcome Martha to the show. Hi, Martha.
Hey.
Hey, Martha.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi, guys.
Oh, welcome to our show. We are so happy that you're our guest.
Well, thanks for having me.
Oh my gosh, I had to. So, Martha and I have a little bit of history, and it's like really kind of cool. Because, would you like to tell our story a little bit? How did we meet?
Okay. Well, I can't remember if you were in front of me or behind me, but we were in line for the Lee Bardugo book signing for Ninth House.
Yes.
Right?
Uh-huh.
Right,
And
yeah.
I have no clue if I was in front of you or behind you. Nope.
Yeah, like that's what I've been really stuck on this whole time. I'm like, was he behind me? Was he in front of me? But I went by myself, which I haven't actually done something like that like in a really long time. So I was really nervous. And I'm like, all right, we're gonna try and talk to somebody. We're gonna make a friend. And then thankfully you were like, hey, do you want to talk about this? And I was like, yeah.
Because I was alone too. I was like, I'm just sitting here with my special edition of Six of Crows and just gonna sit here with it. And
It's a very Eric thing to do.
yeah,
good.
and we did stand there for a while, so thank God we talked.
Oh, yeah, it would have been really awkward if we didn't, because I would have been like sitting with nobody like that I knew, and I was like nervous. I'm like, yep, we're friends now.
And there were a lot of people that didn't talk to other people.
Oh
So,
yeah.
and we met somebody else, and I hate that I can't remember her name, but we had there was like a trio of us that kind of like were like, hey, because we all sat together during the question and answer.
Danielle?
Sure.
I think her name was Danielle.
Yeah.
She's really nice. She had like a custom made book sleeve.
Yes.
At every like she was like oh, goodness. It had signatures of a bunch of authors that she had gone and seen. So like every time she went to a book signing, she would have them sign it. And it was really cool.
It's like your drag book.
Yes, it is.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
So, and what's really cool about this is also I was terrified because we had just started the podcast and recorded one episode, and I had these itty bitty little pieces of paper, like not even the size of like a business card, that said GrishaCast and like the different ways you could find it. And I'm not even sure if we were even like on podcast platforms. I think we were only on a website, and
I
I
still
just
have the
had this
paper.
goal of like getting the word out there. And so I did to you. And then I was like, well, that's enough. And you're like, no, you kind
Nope.
of got to give out the rest of those. And you helped me. You gave me courage to like go up to random people. And I just started going up to people. I'm like, would you listen to a podcast about the Grishaverse?
It was literally only because you were like, well, I don't know if I should like give them out. I was like, nope, we're gonna do this. So I kept tapping on people around us. I was like,
Yes.
hey, would you listen to this podcast? Or like shoving them into people's hands. Yep.
We got rid of every single one of those little pieces of paper, and I have no clue how many Chris cut up. But
Can I share the word of Ravka with you today?
mm, that's really a
That would have
great
been
way to start it.
beautiful.
Oh, that's awesome. And what was cool is I got to meet Lee and give her a piece of paper, and all from that, so much happened, which was so
I
cool.
mean,
Like,
interview her and everything. So cool.
ah, well, it was that was a really cool night, and I can't wait for COVID to lift so she can go back and do some more book tours.
Hmm.
Oh, me too. I'm ready.
Maybe she'll be at Dragon Con.
That would be neat.
That's on Labor Day.
Okay, so let's get into some questions.
Woohoo!
Okay.
First off, like, what type of like? I mean, so if you like, I like having a Grishaverse name, and
Mhm.
but it could be a title. If you were in the Grishaverse, do you think like you would be yourself? Would you be a different character? What do you think you'd be doing in the Grishaverse?
I really feel okay. I go back. We talked about this earlier, and I go back and forth. And I think I have settled on like I really think that I would have ended up being one of the kids in one of the gangs, like running around like Ketterdam, like making trouble because like that just sounds like something that I would have done.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
See, and you saying that makes me think about how I now want to start creating different gangs in Ketterdam. Not
That would
rivals,
be
but just
cool.
like little I don't know. Or maybe like the like pretend gangs that like so the kids don't get in the gangs, like it's actually more like cheerleading.
Like latchkey.
Yeah. So, well, I think that's great. Um so do you have like do you think out of any of the orders like at all? I know you didn't say you'd be a Grisha, but did you find any of those fascinating or like
I I'm very I love the I'm gonna pronounce it wrong because I'm nervous.
oh, don't worry.
The Curiosity.
You
I
did.
love the fabricators. Like that's definitely something that I'm really into because like I make stuff on my like myself. So it's like if I had like the power to like manipulate fibers and all that kind of stuff, like that would be really cool.
Oh my god. So wait, you create like kind of like costumes and things like that? Is that what you're saying? Or are you saying like you're putting together like materials?
Well, like I crochet or and I do make costumes sometimes. I haven't made one in a really long time. But I, like right now, like especially during like lockdown, I learned how to crochet a lot of different things.
Hmm. Maybe you should crochet a kefta. That would take forever.
That
Probably.
would be so cool.
That would be kind of neat.
It would take a long time though.
Yes, it definitely would. How
Absolutely.
so how did you get introduced to the Grishaverse? How did you like learn about it and start reading it?
Actually, it's not embarrassing. I found them like I read Six of Crows first. I found oh sorry. Their fan art on Pinterest. So
Oh.
I found it. It was like it was one of like the crows in the cup, and I was just like, "What's this?" And I clicked on it, and it said it was a part of this book. So then I went to like thrift books, and I bought like the duology first, and that's what I read. So I found it from fan art
That's cool.
on Pinterest.
Yeah. That's
Mhm.
interesting. Okay. And you started with Six of Crows, which a lot of people do. I feel like everybody
Yeah,
has, except for me and Terry. Like,
I was I was really excited when I found out there were more there were like prequels. So
Hmm.
I was very excited. I'm sorry.
oh, you're fine. So, would you be interested in playing this Grishaverse word game that I've come up with for you and Terry?
I will try my best.
Oh, that's the thing. Just it. I don't expect. I couldn't even do it.
It's so hard.
It is because I'm taking words from all the books, and obviously I'm
Okay.
not picking out like words that like we can like define. So they're gonna be from some of like the countries and things, and you don't have. What I want you to do is just try to figure out what it what it means if you don't know. So just guess. Have fun with it. Okay.
All right,
Anyways,
ready to go.
okay. So first one's from Ravka, and it is Palm Dragon.
What the?
That's a very hard one. I know. I started you off. I'm sorry.
Draka.
I know. It's a dish.
I was gonna say,
No, it's not.
bread and butter. No,
It's
that's
not. What do you think?
it's no. The bread and butter came from Alina's thing, so that's not Ravkin. So a Ravkin dish would be, I don't know, peasant stuffed with potatoes. I have no
Hey.
idea.
Girl, at least you're like coming up with something. Yeah. I mean,
It wasn't the fire bean game, was it? Where they like light the what was it, like raisins on fire and they eat
yes,
them
we
as
have a
Oh.
winner. You did it.
Yes.
Yes, that is it.
Wow.
Go, girl.
Wow.
You won 5,000 Grisha coins.
Yes.
I keep saying that. I don't even know what a
Points.
Grisha coin is. Yeah.
You need to say points because we're not
Points.
giving away coins.
I know. Everybody wins coins in my head. So, well, 1 point for you. Okay. So, let's see. What do I got next? Okay, next one is going to be from Novia Zem, so it's Zemini, and the
Okay.
word is Zawa.
Grisha.
Grisha, yeah.
Congratulations, Mazel Tov, you did it. And let's do
Rubber match.
let's do one more.
Tiebreaker.
This is a Fjordan word. Demjin.
Which no demon.
Yes, there you go. You got it. And then I know you're gonna. I have to do one last one. This is Kirch Gezin.
Gezin.
You guys
Is-
know this. Just like don't.
Is that their god of
Yep.
commerce or whatever?
Yeah, it is.
Woo!
You guys did
We
great.
tied.
Wow.
Yeah.
High five.
Look at you.
Ah.
Well, I'm glad I didn't have to. Like the last one I had was from the Wandering Isle. It's Kalish, and I have no clue what it's from. And it's Kenya home, and that means where are you from? So I'm gonna
Good,
do
that
some
was-
research and figure out what that's from.
Yeah, I wouldn't have known that.
You guys did great though.
Woohoo!
Congratulations. So thanks for playing our new game.
I loved it.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming on and being a guest. It means so much because I've thought about you because you're right there in the beginning, like right when GrishaCast started, and wow, so much has changed since then. And just thank you so much for supporting me that night and supporting the podcast. God, you had to
course, I
make it through the
would.
first like book where, oh, we had like the sound. I'm sure like I haven't listened to it, but the sound was off. We were cursing at one point. Then it was just
It
me
was still
crying.
really enjoyable.
So now I feel like we've just like moved up in the game a little bit. You know, we've got a cute logo. Anyways, well, thank you so much. When COVID like gets better, you will have to come actually and be here and sit through an episode and discuss with us.
I would love to.
We would love to have you. So thank you so much. Have a good one, and we will see you later.
Thank you.
Guys.
Bye. That was awesome. That was really cool.
That was fun.
Yeah, it was neat to speak with Martha because she just was such a huge part of like, I don't know, the beginning of this for me. So it was neat to meet her, and I loved having her here. So anyways, one huge, massive thing is it is Pride Month.
It's Pride Month.
Yes! So, we will definitely be celebrating every single episode in June, and we will be doing that by talking about an LGBTQIA character in the Grishaverse each
Yes.
week. So we'll pick one. So this week's special character is Hana.
Yay!
Woohoo! So I think Hana is an incredible character,
Yes.
and it really isn't until you actually get into Rule of Wolves do you notice more. I mean, there's subtleties throughout when you meet her in King of Scars.
Yes. I actually have a little like of Hana like in my notes today from episode 6, where Nina and Matthias are talking about how Fjordan women want to be
Yeah,
pure woman and take care of their man. And in my brain, I'm like, Hana, clearly that's not true.
yeah,
So, not all
exactly.
Fjordan women are straight and in their supposed gender role.
I love it, and I think it's really cool because we spoke to Lee about that, and
Mm-hmm.
she was really smart. She
She's
did not
sneaky.
give away anything
Sneaky,
because
sneaky.
I brought that question up and was like, "Hey,
Mm-hmm.
we're gonna have some trans characters coming up in this Grishaverse," and she said, "Absolutely," and it's she even said, "It's my fault that like it hasn't happened
Mm-hmm.
already." Tricky little woman.
Yep. Sneaky, sneaky.
Because she already knew.
She did know.
She sure did. She knew,
I was
and
sneaky.
she was sneaky. I try to get it out of her, but
So Hana is our queer character spotlight of the week.
yeah. And to be honest, like I think one of my favorite queer characters in the Grishaverse. Oh well, I there's a lot of them, but I think I think Hana sticks out in my mind mo- just because I read about Hana most recently,
Yes.
and it's amazing that Hana's there, and to see the way just Hana's progression was throughout the stories, and I loved it. I really did. I particularly just love the end of that story, and to know that it can continue on too, and it's so well done.
So how would we address Hana at this point?
What do you mean? Like, I mean, well, I mean,
Pronouns, name,
Hana's.
like
So I mean, Hana took a new
they're the
name.
prince now, right?
Hana's Hana has a new name, and I don't know what I can't remember what the name is though.
And they're gonna be
Hana's
king.
yeah, Hana is. I'm sure Hana's pronouns are he
That's
and
that's
him.
so fun.
Yeah. Um.
That makes me giddy.
Yeah. So we really actually.
I would love for the next story to come out because I need more Hana as a he and I need Nina to get her body back, but I want their story to continue on.
I think it will. I do. I think you're gonna wait a while though.
Oh yes.
Sorry.
Yes, I know.
But hey, at least we got what we got, and we know that they're happy, and
Yes.
that makes me
They're
happy.
happy.
I know because Nina's story I think is incredible too, and
Mhm.
just I love Nina in the show anyways. Like her character is great, and I can't remember the actress's name. Right?
Danielle.
Thank you. She is incredible.
Yes.
Oh, it's incredible. And actually, this is the episode where we have a lot of little
Yes.
clips of them. I think they're my
Thankfully.
favorite part, most likely, of this entire
Uh-huh.
episode. So, anyways, that is our character for this week. So,
Woohoo!
anyways,
Stay tuned for next week when we
yeah.
spotlight the next queer character.
And please let us know who your favorite queer characters are in the Grishaverse and favorite moments, anything like that.
Yes.
Who you think maybe we should talk about next week. We would love to hear from our listeners what you all think about that. Queer representation is so important in literature and especially in fantasy. It's it's amazing and it's so important, and we are just so glad that we now have actually entered the platform. I've been telling Terry I've been reading this book called Ash, which is incredible, which was written 10 years ago, by the way.
Hmm.
It's not new, and it's a retelling of the Cinderella story, but a lesbian version. And it's
Yeah, that's
fantasy. It's got like it's really cool. I haven't finished it yet, but I am enjoying it.
That's my book on deck, so I
Yeah.
look forward to getting to that one.
It's good because it's not like it's the story, but like it's definitely like it's changed and twisted, and I'm excited to read the ending and see how it ends.
Yeah.
So anyways, happy Pride, everybody.
Happy Pride!
So
It's the greatest time of the year.
it sure is. I know, and COVID's ending.
I know.
Slowly. So it really is a great time.
It is very exciting.
And I mean, we do even have like we have a Pride festival, right?
It's going to be in September.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yes.
Well, hey,
It's typically in June, but they moved it to September.
yeah, wait for things to clear up a little bit better.
And
So.
it won't be as hot.
Thank God, because I hated that.
It's always so sweaty.
Poor Terry had to deal with it with me. Terry is an amazing friend, by the way, because she did not have to do any of this with me. I worked for a magazine that I had to work Pride, not go around and have fun at Pride, work Pride,
Mhm.
and just letting you know that's a whole other aspect. Whole other aspect. And June in Nashville, very hot.
Death.
Like, it's always at the very end of June and just creeping up on July, and I would have to change. I'd have the same. I'd have to change shirts a couple different times, because I'm not one of those. I'm not one of those gay men that just take off my shirt and just wander around and just feel all comfortable. I don't have the abs and things like that. I'm just this. No, so I have to wear a shirt, so it'd be soaking wet and ugh, girl, it was hot. But
we were moist.
we were, and then they added a second day, which made it even better.
Yes.
It used to only be on one day, and then they're like, "We're just gonna have fun, and we're just gonna add on Sunday too." So like, I'd be dragging myself dead home Saturday and get to do it all over again.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, happy Pride!
Woohoo!
Okay, so let's move on into our episode, and this is a good episode.
It is. It's definitely my favorite so far, minus the Alina and Mao
Yeah,
storyline in this one. It's very boring in this one. I'm sorry. It just
Well,
is.
it opens up, where we've got like the conductor being interrogated by the Darkling.
Which was really cool.
Yeah, we get
We
to
got information from that too.
exactly. We got
And
more.
he is snitching.
He sure is. He really is. And then we find out, and then that Nina was like working for the Darkling in other ways that like I didn't even expect. I mean, being like Nina was like she was gonna join forces, but also be like
She's a spy.
she was gonna spy on.
Because the Darkling knew that the conductor and Zlatan were in cahoots.
Cahoots.
So Nina was a spy for the Darkling. So she was working with the conductor, but as a spy. So like Xena,
Xena the warrior princess now enters
Nina
the fold.
Zinnik. I looked at my notes and I like smooshed those two words together like a dum dum.
Shmush.
So word scramble. So, so now I can't even. So so anyway, yes, he is saying that Nina was supposed to be crossing with him and the crows.
Yeah.
Like
So-
he just snitched it all out.
Yeah, so I was very pleased when the Darkling killed him with darkness, whatever that was. You never really got to see. I mean,
No. But it was also cool too that Ivan is standing there as like a human lie detector test.
well,
He's
it's
like, no, yes, no.
did we ever see that part of did we ever read about a heart renderer being like a lie detector?
I don't think so. I think
that
maybe
felt
it has
new.
mentioned that they can detect it because of the heartbeat, or whatever, but we never actually got to like see it in action, I don't think. I mean, the conductor's not in
Yeah.
the,
right.
the
It's
story
just
anyway, but
I was just thinking about just that aspect of a Grisha, like that being another part of their power, the fact that they can, and it's true. I mean,
yeah, because they can hear the
yeah.
heartbeat.
And that's one thing that I think is really cool about the show is whenever there are these parts, they make sure that you can hear the thump
Yeah.
and in
And
the
then
background.
the little words at the bottom, heartbeat increasing.
Oh, if you have your
Yes,
in case you've got those little
I do all the time.
Do you?
But so we know at that point that the conductor and Zlatan
Are totally working
are
together.
working together to kill Alina.
Yeah, because they want to keep the fold,
Yes, because it
so
separates the
it
two.
separates, and then that
Mhm.
means, which is just a whole, like, as I've said this before, what an interesting storyline to bring in there that is not part of the novels.
Yeah.
Just that I just find that incredibly interesting because really, in all truth, like, I mean, the Darkling wants the fold to stay there. The Darkling wants the
Oh yeah.
fold to stay there too
Yeah.
because he wants it to be, you know, it's his power, but we don't know that yet in the story. But
Yeah, we
interest
don't know that yet in the
book or in the
show,
show, yeah,
but in the books we know that he wants this stupid stag
right,
to increase Alina's powers
to
so
keep
that he can
control the fold.
increase the fold.
Yeah,
Like he wants to make it bigger.
so pretty much, yeah, he's mad at West
So he
Ravka.
doesn't want. Yeah.
And well, I think that's more like he's just pretending to like not to. He wants to get rid of the fold as a front, obviously.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
But he also
even
doesn't want them to come and kill Alina because he needs Alina.
well, right,
So they're
yes,
enemies anyway.
yes. So, and then we go into Alina being in the trunk, which is just kind of interesting. And she pops out, and there the crows are, and they're trying to keep her. And she's like, "No,
Nope, here's some light.
yeah." And she runs off, and
And Inej doesn't throw knives at her.
well, cause yeah,
She bows instead. So of course Alina runs away.
yeah. So then we go back to the little palace, and the Darkling is getting informed about Nina's
Nina.
abduction by the Drusilla. So
Uh-huh.
they know where she is finally, and this enters where we finally get to see, like, obviously the shipwreck.
And they say that Zlatan must have been the one to give
that
her
away.
location up and like let the Drusilla come in. So
So
that was interesting. And they were like, there's a witch hunter in the group. And we all know that's Matthias.
yeah, well,
But they want him dead. Like, Fedier's in charge now of finding Nina.
yeah.
And the Darkling is like, kill the witch hunter.
But aren't all Drusilla witch hunters?
Well, yes. That part's very confusing to me. But they say there's a witch hunter in the group, but
Well, no shit. I mean, like, oh, they're all witch
but yes,
hunters.
yeah, we've talked about that whole thing too about the Drusilla don't
Not-
even really look like
Anyways, yeah.
professional.
So maybe Matthias is like a special witch hunter.
He is. He's a special witch hunter.
Well, he is special. So, and
So then we get to see the shipwreck and we get to have a Titanic moment.
we sure do. It really does look like a Titanic moment.
And Danielle looks like
Do you think it?
Kate Winslet.
Really? You think so?
Yes, she really does. But this also proves the fact that two people could have fit on that stupid door in Titanic. Move over and let.
They're two different doors. That's a huge door that they're talking about.
But still,
I
she
think
could
when you
have let Leo DiCaprio on that stupid thing she was floating on, but she was selfish.
I think that was a different door. I think there were different circumstances.
No, they could fit. They could both fit.
Well, as we know, Leo didn't make it.
There's all kinds of videos you could go back and watch of like people trying to recreate it. And like there's room for two people.
Well,
But neither one of them were Grisha. So they couldn't have kept the other one warm.
no. So they would have froze to death.
Well, she didn't, and she was on the door.
Well,
He died because he was frozen in the water. Because she's a selfish cow.
well, if only the Titanic, like hit something in the middle of like the Ravkan Sea, and there were Grisha
Well,
available.
they're in the Fierden Sea. But do you have the clip for this? Is this one of the ones? that
No,
you
not
have?
yet. We're not there yet. We're
Um,
almost. I don't have that clip.
Oh,
You'll see. We're getting there. I've got a lot of clips of it. I just
because
have
that was the only one that I had marked in there. I should have given it to
I
you.
didn't even see your stuff.
I know.
Oops. Sorry.
That's okay. But so Matthias is like hanging on to the whatever it is, and
The
like
piece of wood.
she, instead of like killing him, like just pushing him off and taking it, she wakes him up
Which is nice.
which is nice. He of course is like, "You're a witch," blah blah blah, and she's arguing that she can keep him warm because
And she's doing it
she can do
because
that.
he's human.
Yes.
So, I mean,
So the plan is he's gonna swim with his big old muscles, and she's
Mhm.
going to keep them both warm. Because teamwork makes the dream work.
It sure
I'm
does.
tired and hyper at the same time.
Well,
So words are weird.
it works out. So then we move on over into Alina wandering around, and she's wandering around East Ravka. It's actually a city called Rivos,
Mm-hmm.
and
She's just hanging out in the market.
yeah, we see this little clip. Jesper's like, "Have you seen this little shoe girl?"
Uh-huh.
And she puts on this little cape, not a cape, a
But
shawl,
yeah.
whatever. And then we go back to the little palace,
Mhm.
and this actually almost made it in my clips, but I edited it out because it's got Zoya in it, and it's interesting because it's the Darkling and Zoya talking, and Zoya is like just I don't know. We haven't seen Zoya talk to the Darkling this way, and
It's clear they have a past.
exactly that was interesting. And
You used to call for me.
yeah, so Zoya's definitely showing like I mean, and she says that like you used to
Mhm.
call for me like you used to like something about like your desk used to be a mess and your bed was made and I used to do the opposite. I used to make your
Yeah,
bed
she's like,
messy
you
and
used to call
whatever.
on me in times of stress.
Yep.
Why don't you call on me now? And he just completely
down.
shuts her down and says, I want Alina.
Yeah, sorry. And then it's cool because I love seeing like then like the Darkling leaves and then Zoya's like just power just like blows up everything
Mhm.
behind it and I just thought that was really cool to see. It's not a big pivotal moment in the story at all. It could have totally been deleted, but for
Yeah.
me as such a massive Zoya fan,
It shows that they've
Yeah.
been getting busy.
exactly. It shows like their
And that
history.
shows why Zoya is jealous
Right.
of Alina.
So hey, for those of you guys that are dogging Zoya, I get it. I understand. I used to be the same way. But just wait. She's just, yeah, just wait. Okay, so now we move on to a lovely beach scene. And this is where,
It's a super sexy beach scene.
yep. And our stars are Nina and Matthias. And
A
so
witch and a witch hunter.
they've obviously found, like, I mean, land.
Yeah.
And they need to find some shelter.
Yep.
So it's interesting because you see this beach, and then they look off into like the landscape, and it's just like ice. I mean, it's just
Mhm.
like mountains and snow, and
So they know that they are close to Fjorda,
yeah,
but they don't know which side of
exactly.
it they're on.
Yeah, they're not exactly sure where they are.
So they're either in Nina territory
Or
or Matthias territory.
exactly, and that's kind of what they say
Yeah.
because like Matthias like threatens her, and
Mhm.
then she's like, "That just depends on what side of the like border we're on,
Yep.
honey. So you can calm down."
Mhm.
So then we see them stomp off into like the snow, and it goes back into this wonderful Rivos to Lena running around thing.
Yeah.
And this part was part of the book where Alina like attacks us like a soldier like guys are trying to get like in touch like they're trying to talk to her and whatever and she has to get away and she uses her power and like
Blinds him.
blinds a soldier
But then he
and
can see later on.
yeah I get maybe it was just one eye
Or maybe it's temporary.
maybe just a temporary,
Temporary
blindness. So she gets
Mm.
away, she runs off
Yeah.
into the woods, and then
Here comes
surprisingly out
Mel.
of nowhere, because
Mhm.
I'm sorry, this is like the chances
I
of
know.
this like are so insane.
I think so
She's
that Mal's been following her.
I know, but still, like she's been running
I
around.
know.
She's been in a coach. I mean, she's like didn't even know where that coach was going.
Yeah.
She ends up in the she's because I'm sure she doesn't even know she's in Rivo. She doesn't even know what town she's in. She
No.
runs into the woods, turns around, and what does she see? Mal.
Yeah.
And
That's
he's like, shh.
one of the reasons why this episode following their story I could have just done without it.
Well,
It's not fun and it's kind of dumb.
well, so anyways, Mal is there to save the day,
Yeah,
of course, and he helps her. And then anyways, blah blah blah.
And then
So Fjord and Holiday. That's what I'm
Yay,
calling.
they're gonna get naked.
Okay, so this actually is. So we're back to our Fjord holiday, and this is actually going to be our clip 1. Sorry. Just did that really quickly. Clip 1, please. Thank you, sir.
Closer. Bruskele.
Would you stop your wiggling?
Oh, you're cold and clammy. It's like lying next to a burly squid.
You told me to get closer. What are you doing?
Oh, God, relax. I promise not to ravish you.
I hate the way you talk.
Anne, jag går till bed.
Okay, so I know there wasn't a lot of talking. There was a little bit of talking in that, but I loved it because I loved Matthias's face, like when he like realized that actually like her powers were good. Like I mean, like it could warm him.
Yeah, and he actually goes to like hug her arm,
Yeah,
and she takes it away like,
yeah, it's neat. I love watching them get closer. So then we get to go back to our lovely scene in the forest with Alina and Mal.
Why
The f-
haven't you written? I
Yeah.
wrote you every day.
Okay, so yeah, blah 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 blah. Mal confirms that the drawings of the stag
Yeah.
were stolen from Alina's journal by the Darkling because they talk
Uh-huh.
about like he's like he saw the drawing,
He's
he knew it
been
was
so
her.
obsessed over it.
So and then Alina's like, oh well, the drawings were only in my journal. The Darkling must have stolen them. He's obsessed with this stag. He's obsessed with getting this amplifier because he wants to be powerful. Blah blah blah.
And
Okay.
they hug, and they say, I'll always find you.
Okay, so we move on to Rivost, and Inej finds out that if they don't get Alina, then the Crow Club is going to be Helene. So that's like
Yep.
a conversation between her and Kaz. And
Kaz lets it slip.
yeah, so that kind of changes things, I think, in Inej's head.
Yep.
Because, you know, Inej is like,
Why would he do that?
yeah, that's confusing. But, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, Alina and Mal are back in the forest at nighttime, and Alina uses
They're in like a cave or something.
we
some weird
just have
cave,
to
I don't
cover
know.
it. You know, she uses her powers to keep them warm.
So here's my question with that.
What?
He says they can't build a fire to cook anything because of the smoke. They can't risk
Correct.
that. So they're like, we're going to freeze. But she's like, no, I have my light. Could they not use her light to cook something?
Well, maybe. I mean,
because she can control the intensity of it. So, like,
maybe she hasn't done that yet. I mean, it's not sun summoner cooking yet.
it's obviously giving off heat because you're not freezing. So,
well, when she starts her cooking show, we'll find out.
Cooking with Alina.
Yeah. Learn how to use your.
So that was my big confusing like moment where I was like, huh, why don't you cook with your light like an easy bake oven?
Are you a sun summoner? Are you bored at home just lighting up the room? Well, learn how to use your powers now for cooking. With my easy 3. Exactly. It's cookbook coming.
All right, let's
Move on. So we're back to our lovely Fjordan holiday, which will be clip 2. And this is just they're great little people.
Fjordan women are caretakers. They're venerated, and Fjordan men are their protectors.
That sounds like a recipe for a lot of very unhappy people.
We are very happy people.
In Ravka, boys and girls train and fight together, side by side. We don't waste time on maidenly blushing.
That is precisely why you will lose the war. It's not natural for girls to fight.
No, it's not natural for someone to be as stupid as he is tall, and yet, oh, there you stand.
Fjordan girls don't want to fight.
Have you ever asked one?
I don't need to. It's how Jell intends it.
I can't wait till you get trounced by a girl.
Not in this lifetime.
I'll do it myself if I have to. Saints, I didn't know you could laugh.
So he's really getting tickled by that.
I know, which is kind of funny because she literally could have killed him like right there.
I know.
Which is I'm like, dude, don't laugh at her because literally she could drop you like right there.
He has no clue. I
No.
don't think he really has any clue like what the intensity of her power really can be. I don't know. I feel like he's Matthias. He's a little naive.
But this is where I had like in my little notes, like if you read Rule of Wolves, you know everything he just said isn't true.
Right. Correct.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. So, well, then we go back to the crows and then in the Rivost, and I love that they decided to do this. They decided to steal the Darkling's carriage, which I think is great. And the crows they just get into this tussle. The crows get in a tussle with the Grisha. There's a lot of like fighting, remember?
Mhm.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's just a lot of fighting, but
Because they take them one-on-one.
yeah, and we don't need to talk about that. Whatever.
Yeah.
But the cool part is at the end of that, which is going to be our next clip, which is iconic because none of us have ever seen this
Oh my
or read
gosh.
this. So, clip 3.
I know you kidnapped my son, Summoner. And now you're going to tell me where you've stashed her.
We didn't take her. She fled on her own.
Where is she? I won't ask you again.
I don't know. It was pretty clear she wasn't interested in being a captive anymore. She's probably halfway to Novia's End by now.
You should have stayed and cut her down, Mr. Brecker.
That was a cool sound.
Yeah, and it's pretty cool to know that Kaz survives the cut.
Yes.
Like, that's
Yes.
incredible.
It's so freaking iconic to have them two together. Like I know that we speculated in the beginning before the show came out, are they going to be together at any
And
point?
how would they?
So that is just like absolutely amazing. But Kaz uses a flash bomb to get away from the cut and like narrowly escapes
Barely.
getting the cut.
But it's so cool because those are two. That's just an iconic scene, something that like we never thought would ever happen. And there it was, something we actually saw, which is so cool.
One little Easter egg thing that happened before that I wanted to ask about.
Yeah.
When they're fighting back and forth, like when they're going one-on-one, Ivan and Jesper are the ones that are one-on-one with each other.
Mm-hmm.
When Jesper takes Ivan down, Ivan looks at him and says, "What are you?"
Oh.
And my little brain is like, "Oh, Easter egg."
You could tell.
Ivan is sensing
There's a Grisha.
that he's Grisha because he hit him in the same spot multiple times.
Yes, actually, you're very right. Yeah,
so
because nobody could do that.
I got a little like, ooh.
Yeah, and nobody else caught that.
No, because it's fun for book readers to get those little snippets that we know what they're talking about. But so yeah, Ivan's like, "What are you?" Clearly, he's a Grisha.
Yeah.
I thought that was fun.
It is. That is interesting. I just didn't think twice about it. But then we go back to the forest, and Alina and Mal decide they're gonna go after the stag. long story short.
Yep.
They're like,
Let's go north.
we're gonna go get it ourselves before the Darkling does because
Yep.
we know the Darkling's gonna be
Mhm.
horrible. So, back to our Fjordan holiday. Nina says that they are lost, or is assuming they are.
Yep.
They're out of that hut that they were
They're
staying
in the
warm in.
tundra.
Yeah, they're trying to figure out. They're trying to get it somewhere. They're trying to figure out where they are. I'm sure,
Mhm.
and just move around. And Matthias is kind of just like refusing that they're lost. And then that is going to bring us to our next clip. Told you, all my clips are Nina and Matthias. So,
What's the
clip,
best part?
it is clip 4, please.
We are trained to endure and overcome these situations.
You really need to relax.
I do not want to relax.
Well, why is that? What are you so afraid will happen? You afraid you might start to like me? That's it, isn't it? You don't want to like a Grisha. You're scared that if you laugh at my jokes or answer my questions, you might start to think that I'm human. Would that be so terrible?
I do like you.
What was that?
I do like you.
Is that so bad?
Yes,
Why?
because you are horrible. You're loud. You're lewd. You're treacherous.
Oh, boom, boom.
God,
I'm
not a huge Matthias fan, but
Come on,
those
girl.
are nice scenes.
Yes, thank you. I mean, I know you're not a huge Matthias fan, but that still was some good stuff to watch.
So that kind of opens it up to them being flirty. They start being a little flirty. They're doing the whole like, pushing each other,
Yeah, and unfortunately that ends with pretty much like, she almost dies
Yes.
because she falls to the ice, which is like, but
She falls almost into a deep crevasse.
yes, but he saves her.
He catches her, and there's like this moment though.
Where Nina, I think, yeah,
He pauses.
and I think Nina, it's not said. It's just like this look between both. Matthias looks angry. Nina looks worried. But then
They say it in the book
oh well,
that there was a moment where Matthias paused, where he had this moment of like, I could just let go right now,
right. But he didn't.
but he doesn't.
And Nina looks scared, and he does pull her up, so, and saves her life. So, which is beautiful to me. I love that. So, then we go back to Rivos and the crows that they had stolen the Darkling's coach. But we've now got this little I'm sorry. Did I already say that they stole the Darkling's coach?
Yeah, I just let you say it.
That wasn't true.
No, they're
I'm
stealing it now.
so sorry. I think
Because
they
Annette-
saw the Darkling's coach.
Well, they blew their own coach up for the alarm. But-
That's what I meant to put there.
But yes,
Edit. I'm kidding. We don't edit our thing. We won't.
But yes, Inej is hurt, so they can't just get on a horse.
Okay.
So they see the Darkling's coach, and they're like, ta-da!
Yes, so sorry. 20 minutes ago, when I said that they stole the Darkling's coach, that was not what I meant. I meant that they blew up their own coach.
But when they open the door to the coach, there's a little problem.
Yeah, they got David just sitting there reading.
David's in there.
Yeah, David's in there, and
He throws the book at Jesper and like jumps to the other side to like escape. But like, what does Kaz hit him with a cane or throw a rock at him? I couldn't.
I think it's a cane.
So
I
he basically knocks him out
Yes,
either way.
but for people that are huge fans, the book that actually he is holding is the Robkin version of Shadow and Bone.
Which is like Inception.
Yeah.
You're in Shadow of Bone, reading Shadow of Bone,
So
about reading Shadow.
But it is supposedly written in Robkin, and that is the Shadow and Bone book.
Yes.
So, interesting.
And
But
then this is the cute little.
now this is amazing.
I
I
love it so much.
want to make a lot of memes of this and want to use this so much in my life. A lot. So this next clip is really literally for just 2 seconds, but it's a little bit longer. So clip 5, please.
She's on her own. And our priority now is to locate her as quickly as possible. You don't need to put... Yes, David.
Well, Jen, gave her a ring. Made of pure iridium, not native to Ravka. So when we get within 1 mile of her, I can direct us.
Well done. Proving again the many uses of a Duras. Let's go.
Wonderful.
Yes, David.
Yeah, that was just amazing. Because the Darkling's just, you don't have to, because he's just got his little finger up. It's not even like he's got his hand up, like
Excuse me.
raised. I thought,
Excuse me.
I
Yep.
know. Every time when I was watching, I was like, excuse me,
Excuse me.
excuse me. And that's from a really long car
It-
ride that Terry
it
and I had.
is.
But anyways.
No one else has any idea, and it's
excuse
hilarious
me.
to us, but excuse me.
But that's so cute.
I have a thing on the back of my car that says, ew, David. Now I need one that says, yes, David.
You don't have, or you don't have to put. We should start. Oh my God, we're gonna use that
Yes,
somehow.
David.
Yes, you don't have to.
Okay.
Okay, so that
was
was
cute.
amazing.
cute.
Loved it. And then
Back in the woods.
yep, Elena's
Mal
healthy
likes how
and she's
she looks.
she's healthy because
Mal
she's
thinks-
using her powers.
Mal
blah blah
thinks
blah
she
blah blah.
looking
blah.
sexy.
Yeah, she looks good. She's using her powers.
Yeah.
Back to Ravos. Darkling.
Is questioning the people.
Yeah.
The guy that can randomly see now for whatever reason, where he was blinded by.
It's a miracle.
it's
Sancta Alina blinded me, and now I can see.
It's a Sancta Alina miracle.
It is.
I can see.
So, and this is gonna be our So he's just fishing around. He's trying to find out what's going on, and this actually is the very last clip, and actually the very last part
Yep.
of the episode. But I
That
thought
is
it was kind of a cool line because one, I like the way that Ben Barnes delivers this line. I love just a lot
he
about it.
delivers all the lines very
So-
well.
Yeah, so this is our very last clip and end of the episode. So
No ordinary tracker. No ordinary girl. Orphans of Crimson. Reunited. Adorable.
There.
Miss Starkov is in the woods. She's going after the stair.
yep. So
All right.
I like the way he said adorable, and then for some reason, like the Orphans of Crimson, it sounds like a gang or something. I mean, just like he's like put them together, like not a,
Yeah, it's kind of like the Crows, I guess.
yeah, the
but just
Orphans of Crimson.
Way more boring.
Yeah, but it sounds neat.
I am so sorry for like the Mal and Alina stands out there. I'm so
I
sorry.
love Mal and Alina. I do. I'm not against them. It's just for some reason in this episode there was a lot of
so
other stuff that
boring.
was more interesting to me. And I'm a
All
book reader. I read
right.
everything else. I'd read all that stuff. so-
Yep.
Anyways, so that was some cool stuff. Okay. Well, it's that special time for GrishaCast news. Yes, GrishaCast news. So now it is our great and privilege to bring it to our wonderful Grisha in the field.
Mm-hmm.
Take it away.
Hello. How are you
Hey.
guys?
Happy Pride Month.
Happy Pride Month.
Woohoo! So,
All right, we don't have much this week,
okay.
but I did forget to mention, I think a week or two back, Lee released an excerpt that was cut from Crooked Kingdom that is on her Instagram. It is so good.
Really?
It's between Nina and Matthias.
Oh, I did think I
Yeah,
saw
that one. Yes.
Yes.
I missed it. I'm gonna have to go find
Ah,
that.
Yes, the second
absolutely.
we break, you have to go read it.
Did you say it was on Instagram?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. Crap.
Yes.
I bet you did it on Instagram Live too, where it only like popped up for like a day or two.
Oh no, it's an actual post.
Oh, awesome. Okay, great.
Yes.
Good.
Also, we have the Crows reading excerpts from Six of Crows and Kaz's version. The Kaz just popped out of him, I swear. It was so good.
That's awesome.
I'm gonna butcher her name because I can't pronounce it, but Sujaya, who plays Zoya,
Yeah?
and Daisy, who plays Jenya, did a little clip on their fight scenes and how they trained for that. So that was really fun to watch. That's up on the Shadow and Bone Instagram.
Oh.
And we also had Daisy talking about the costumes in the show.
Yes, I did see a thing where a lot of the cast were talking about, there was like a video with a lot of the cast, and they were saying like once they put on that costume, they just like turned into the
Yes.
character. It was really cool.
That's amazing. I love that stuff.
Me too.
Absolutely.
I want to get into one of those heftas so badly.
Don't we all?
I wonder if they ever will actually like really like let people buy them, and then how much would those cost?
Maybe.
Thousands.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, mine's costing a pretty penny for it to be commissioned, so
I bet, but it's gonna be perfect. I'm so
it
excited
will
to see
be.
it.
That's really all the news that we have this week, though.
Okay.
All right.
Well, hey, we've got a game for you. So, we're gonna call this game 3 Enter the Fold. So,
Okay.
yeah. So it's pretty easy. I'm gonna give you 3 characters and pretend they're in the fold, and only one gets to come out. So, who
Oh
makes it
no.
out of the fold? Yeah, you gotta
This
figure
would be
that
so
out.
hard.
I know, but it kind of so like think about everything about the Volcra. So like think about the character, which characters could like outwit the Volcra, things like
So you're
that.
choosing which one is going to survive out of the 3.
Yeah, they're gonna make it out.
Okay.
Like the other 2, unfortunately, die in there. It's just unfortunate. It's gotta happen. So
Okay.
I know it's a new fun game, isn't it? a little morbid,
A little
but
morbid.
but hey, it's okay. So the 3 that enter the fold: the Darkling, Kaz, and Jesper. Ooh,
Oh.
I know. We should all kind of
Oh,
play along.
jeez.
So let's think. I think the Darkling obviously would stay in there.
Yeah.
I mean, why would you have him come out?
But what was that? What was it he said? I am a target for the Volcra?
I know.
What
So
does that
A
mean?
beacon.
A beacon. What does that mean, though?
I don't know. I never understood that because he's an amplifier, but the Volcra wouldn't. I don't know.
But he created them, so he's like the Volcra's daddy, I guess.
Or
Yeah,
mama.
That sounds weird.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe
what
that's
that was.
yeah. Maybe
but-
they're like, Dada,
Daddy, you're home.
Aw, we love you.
Basically.
Let's eat you to death.
So
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think Kaz is gonna make it, so I'm gonna have to X him out right away because he doesn't have any special skills and he's not very fast and
He
So I
can't
don't-
really outsmart Volcra.
no. I think Jesper has a good shot, because especially
Boom.
because he's the one that got them out of the trouble with the Volcra by
Yeah.
shooting. So I think it's between the Darkling and Jesper. Probably the Darkling
I
because
have
he
to say Jesper.
Yeah. I think Jesper's gonna
Yeah.
make it out. I would.
If he
I
had
also really don't like
if he
the
had
Darkling.
enough bullets.
Because I think the Darkling is horrified of being in there too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Even though it's his creation, I think he's like absolutely terrified of like, I don't know.
I just think he could probably create like ultra darkness around him and go through unseen. But
Well, he has made it out before because we know that he made it out like from still.
Yeah.
But for fun, I think Jesper would make it out.
if he had enough bullets, yes, Jasper would make it out.
Yeah, he's smart enough. You could like because you just have to be quiet, just like crawl in the sand. I don't know. I guess it would take me a very long time. I'd be sitting there like crawling, try
I
not
would
to.
just be huddled up crying. So
Yeah.
Well, let's hope for Jesper this time.
yes, we're gonna root for Jesper.
Yeah, I gotta say Jesper.
Yeah, because I don't want the Darkling to make it out.
No.
Yeah.
I just don't like him.
No. Exactly. So, and anyways, yeah, he'll be there with Kaz. They can yell at each other.
All right.
Well, they. Hey. Okay, well, cool. Well, that was fun. 3 enter the fold. So, that was a fun little game. Maybe we'll try it more often with some more interesting characters.
Maybe.
Haha, we will. Well, thank you so much, and happy Pride Month, happy beginning of Pride, and yeah, thanks for the great news. I have to go and check. Don't let me forget. I have to go
Yes,
find that thing.
We will do that.
I will. We'll see you later.
Happy Pride.
Happy Pride!
See ya.
Well, cool. Awesome. Well, so anyways, would you like to play a little game?
Sure.
Okay, so now I've actually come up with a name for it. It's Trivial Pursuit Grishaverse Edition.
Okay.
We did this last week, except you did it with other people. So
It's always more fun that way.
it is. So I'm just gonna do 2 words. Okay.
2.
2.
2.
For those of you that are just listening, I just for some reason had to animate and just show. Okay. Anyways, so first word. Granatki.
Grenade.
Good job. Go for it, girl.
Woo!
Mhm. Okay. Now, next one, I know you know. I
Oh,
just don't know if you're going to remember it.
okay.
But you probably will. Malenchki. Yeah, you know it. You just think.
Oh no.
It's this story. It's this book.
Oh my goodness.
Very beginning chapter. Very first. Probably. I think it's
and
maybe
we
the very
probably
first.
said it.
Very first Rovkin word, maybe even used in
Uh,
the book.
yeah, we probably even mentioned it in the episode.
Don't cheat.
You can see my screen. I'm on the outro.
Okay. So let's just think. I know it doesn't sound like anything though,
It doesn't.
unfortunately.
Malinsky. We're
Okay,
just
do you
gonna
want-
say orphan.
Okay, well, it's close. It actually, it's talking about orphans, but it actually is a little ghost. But
Oh, okay.
yeah, but still, you were right
Yep.
on track. So
Yep.
there you go. Okay, well, hey,
Well, yay for me.
yeah, well, that was a fantastic episode.
It was.
Yes. And
2 more left.
I know. So, one thing that we are kind of trying to think about is where do we go next? What book do we do? Do we want to go right on into Rule of Wolves, or should we do Language of Thorns and Lives of Saints? Because I don't know. I'm just saying. I can't decide because I know I can't. I know what I want to do, but we want to hear from you.
Yes, y'all tell us.
So, if you all will please let us know what you think. I will somehow I'll put out some kind of like Instagram message or whatever. We'll start like asking. We'll do a poll on the website
GrishaCast.com.
at GrishaCast.com and see what you guys think. Because we would love to know where you think we should go. There is no wrong answer. That's the thing. Like it all will work out no matter what. It's just I don't know. So anyways, okay. Well, we will see you all next week for our
Yay!
next episode.
Woohoo. Bye.
Bye.
Like we're at the end of the hour, so my voice is a little husky. A+.
No mourners.
No funerals.
This has been GrishaCast. Connect with us on the web at GrishaCast.com. Send an email to info@GrishaCast.com.
Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and Patreon at GrishaCast.
A very special thank you to the GrishaCast staff, Chris, Alex, Sid, and Amber.
Woohoo! Thank you, thank you.